Okay, so what do I do? I have my hair down. I have my hair up. I don't know. So my tastes have been changing. I'll tell you that right now. Let me make sure I got my camera over here. Um, and and I also I've been watching that pedal show. I don't know if you guys know those guys, but I don't know. It's just my tastes are changing, and I got new songs that I want to do of my own stuff, and I was like, I want something to like give me more of like fatness with cleans, just this like little push thing, especially with the Strat. And I've been watching all these dudes, and I'm like, yeah, a lot of them are using like these little like booster pedals, or they're using compressors. I went around and tried a bunch of compressors the other day, and compressors have been just a weird thing for me. I had a Cali 76 for a couple of years, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't like it. It was, I don't know, man. Maybe it was complicated. It wasn't. It was heavy-handed. Like it had this thing. It was too much. I think I had a Wampler at one. I know I had a Keeley at one time, and that one felt very just overbearing. Like it was like, no matter what I did. So I went the other day, and I went around and I played a bunch of. I played some Dynacomps, which were okay. I played a Keeley. I played and a couple of them like Earthquaker Divide, and they were cool. I think the Earthquaker was real heavy. That was more like an 1176. I don't know. It was too much. But there's a shop here in town called Guitar Effects Pedals. It's like, what a name, right? Guitar Effect Pedals or whatever. But it's a cool little boutique shop upstairs. And I've been there a few times, and I looked on their site, and they had, I said, let me go down there, because I've been going to kind of Guitar Center and East Side Music. I'm like, let me go somewhere fresh, see what they got. Well, I go in there, and he's like, I told him, I said, yeah, I want something maybe for just kind of like, I don't know, just like fattening up like cleans or like middle of the road stuff. But that I had a Cali and a Keeley for years, and that they both, I don't know, they were just too much. Like I didn't want something that overbearing. So he said, oh, check this out. And it's Suhr Woodshed Comp. It's the Andy Wood. Oh, I just got that Woodshed Andy Wood. How weird is that? So, and I'm friends with Andy. So he said, oh, check out this Woodshed. And I was like, oh, it's one of those little pedals. I don't know. I'm such a weirdo, man. And I'm like, all right. Well, anyway, I tried it. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like this. So I'll play this a little bit. Here's the guitar. So left side, again, is the same thing. It's the Mesa. And the right side is the Matchless. All these pedals here, the EQ, the comp, the overdrives, and the Strymon L cap are in line. They're in front of the amp. And the three Strymons here are in stereo in both loops. So you've got your chorus, your Mobius, you've got Timeline, and you've got Big Sky. So there you go. So here's I'm going to mess with this Woodshed for a second. Right, and they put a little Woodshed. Oh, this is nice. I like the sound. And if you lose a little top end on a compressor, you can always add back the EQ, right? Yeah, without the Woodshed and without the EQ. I'm one of those days where I'm having a problem holding the pick. If you're a young guitar player and you have no physical ailments from playing guitar, that's nice, because you get older, man. My arms are so jacked up from playing guitar. So anyway, here we go. Clean, just straight. Comp. I love the way that sounds. That's cool. Like, that sounds great. And I called Andy when I got home. I texted him and I said, hey, man. I said, I got this little Woodshed comp of yours here. The thing's awesome. And I had been messing with it for maybe 5-10 minutes. I set it up. And he said, oh, that's great. And then he sent me his favorite preset. Like, he's like, start here and go. And it was literally exactly what I had set up. So this thing is, I could see me never taking this off my pedal board. I'm going to tell you that right now. And then without it, it just sounds money. And then again, it really doesn't. You don't really lose any top end. You can add in a little bit here with the EQ. And then none. Yeah, and then back on. Oh man, and it's subtle, so it's almost like, you could just leave it. Like this would just be a part of your sound. The other thing was the EP boost. So I had one of these for years on my big board in Raleigh. Back to straight. And I don't know, I just stopped using it. I don't know. I was high gain. Who wants some, clean boost, like whatever, pushing. I don't know. It wasn't my thing. But my buddy Rob brought his over, and I didn't even test it. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I forgot about it, right? But I tested a couple of clean boosts too, and I like this. So, and the way there's dip switches inside of it. It's 1 and 2. I can't remember which combo, but one of them is on. I think number 2 is on. Number 2 dip switch is the EQ. So the EQ on is flat, and then the EQ off is like a curve. It gives it more of like a tape sound or an analog sound. I didn't like it. I just liked it straight through. And then there's dip switch 1 is a 3 dB boost. I didn't like that. That was a little bit. So I have the boost off, which is flat, and then I have the EQ on, which is flat. So here it is. It's just one knob. Exotic Effects EP booster. They must have sold 100,000 of these things. I remember at one point, like, everybody had this on their board, and it's one knob, right? It's idiot proof. Well, I don't know, but so we'll go back to position 2. P. And it adds a little bit of weight, which if you want it to still be sparkly, that's where you use the EQ. So here's the guitar dry. Put the EP on. It's really nice, and it adds just a little bit of like, ooh. So if I flatten this EQ, right? I totally flatten this EQ, right? On the Boss, and I engage it, and now they're mowing. You hear that? Right? So boost a little top. See, I don't like that second to last band. That 3.2K is a little bit strange. I like that 6K, 6.4. So now dry. That's nice. Now all 3. The Woodshed has like a crack to it, man. I like that. It's the way that sounds, man. Yeah, turn the EP down. I don't like the EP booster boosted a lot. Just a little bit. Like that. Yeah, kill the EQ. And the way I've got the Woodshed, the Suhr set, make sure I'm still recording. The threshold is, he said 1230. I got mine kind of like 130. Gain is a little over, about 1230. I've got it on slow attack, and then I've got the ratio down around like 10 p.m. And he does. I think he does the fast attack because he's playing really fast and he's like chicken picking, and that's that you want it to grab it. But for me, I don't play like that really, so I kind of the slower the attack. If you guys understand compression, the less intrusive it is. It allows that initial pick attack to come through. Kill the EP. See, I don't know if I would really always want to use these together. They're like, I like the Woodshed just. And wow, so that's just the Woodshed. Now it's just the EP. The EP is nice also with the EQ. And then Woodshed instead. Oh man, it's so funky. EP. The EP's more like flatter or something, more direct. And then the Woodshed, it's more, oh, the Woodshed's funky. And the thing with the EP is you can turn it up, right? You can use it to push an amp. I don't have the 3 dB boost on it. That's probably you could use it for like guitar solos, but it was a little bit too intense. Woodshed. Take it off. Yeah, the Woodshed's the money. The Woodshed's the money. Here's the EP. The EP's nice too. They're different. Oh man. All right, and then the last thing that I got, I had a bunch of overdrive pedals, and I'm like, you know what? And the SD1 is cool. I'm not really into like 80s rock guitar anymore. I mean, I'm like old. I grew up on that. So I'm not, it's cool, but like when I need it, I got it. But like the 808 sounds a little bit more modern, or like more like like a little more scoopy. It just sounds cooler to my ear for a lot of things. So I left that on there, but I pulled a couple of them off because it's like kind of like 4 of the same pedals somewhat. But I really wanted a fuzz, and the thing I had was that Earthquakers Devices Hoof Reaper, and it's a nice fuzz, but it's like huge. It's like a double wide, because it's got like some kind of other fuzz, and then it's got like a muff, and then in the middle it's got like an octave. I didn't need it. So I went in there and I told, this is again back to this guitar effects pedals. And I just said, I just want a cool fuzz. I said for years I had the Russian pickle. I don't know, Way Huge makes that. I said I just liked it. It was easy to use. It was small. And he's like, oh, I love this one. So he turned me on to this. It's called a Big Muff. I think it's called a Green Russian Pie. Yeah, and it's just like a little reissue of that famous Fuzz. Done. Sounds fine. There it is. Back on the Woodshed. So, going back to, I want to show you. So, this is a part of what I wanted this for, was sometimes I like these like delicate kind of maybe parts like this. But I want the guitar to have a little more, I want the strings to sound a little fatter. Now you take the Woodshed off. It's glassier sounding, so it depends on what you want. That's more hollow. You hear it? It's Strat in position 2, right? Between the bridge and the center pickup. And then you put the Woodshed on. And then I can balance it by cutting maybe a little bit of lows just to find the right spot. Shut them both off. So that's this is my board. This is it. This is all really, and I've got a half a dozen of pedals in the cabinet over here, wahs and volumes, and a couple of other overdrive pedals, and I've got a decimator if I need it. But this is really going to be, this is my jam, and it gives me enough flavor, more than enough flavors. So this thing with this Woodshed, let me tell you, it's the first time that I've liked a compressor pedal. So, and it's not to say it's the only one, but I've tried a lot of them. I've owned a bunch of them, and I love the way this sounds. So I totally never got the Woodshed Andy Wood. Isn't that funny? There's some videos of us chicken picking, or him trying to teach me how to chicken pick. Oh my God. Talk about a fish out of water. But yeah, he's the bomb. He is the bomb. I'll never forget, he was in my studio when I was in Hollywood, and we went to Guitar Center in Hollywood, and people were like, hey, it's Andy Wood. He started playing. Everybody was like, whoa. It was like, I don't know, like if Brett Mason and Yngwie had a baby or something. It was cool, man. He's a good guy. So bravo to you, Andy. You really did it's just an absolutely, I could just see it pretty much always being on. And the little fuzz here is great, simple. The EP booster is nice too. I could see me using kind of all three of these in tandem, the EQ with the Woodshed and the EP booster. And that's it, man. So, wow. Oops. I shut everything off wrong. I shut them off, then did the standby. Sorry about that. Well, there you have it. It's exciting.